Shalom, welcome to Simcha, a celebration of life. I'm your host, Eitan Berger. Elevate something physical into something spiritual was what a number of people sought to do when they signed up for the Jerusalem Marathon Unity Challenge. Mizrahi, Ort South Africa, and the South African Zionist Federation teamed up to organize a memorable tour of the holy city of Jerusalem, where runners participated in the city's annual marathon.
This isn't just another marathon, and for those of us who are running the first marathon, it is a major marathon because it's our first. And for those of us who are not, you are entering into a world which will span the whole of human history, which will span the whole of human recorded history, that is. It will span all of Jewish heritage from the past up to the present. And when we run tomorrow, the one thing that was clear in my mind is that what we would do on this particular day is enable people to understand what you are running through. Okay, it's not the winelands of Bordeaux, but what you are running through in particular. If you're a Christian, and there are people who are not Jewish here, there are Christian people here on board with us. If you're a Christian, you are running through the cradle of your faith, both from Christianity's point of view and because, of course, the birthplace of your faith is the Jewish faith. The Jerusalem Marathon, and the title that we've given to our team is the Unity Challenge, because as the Psalms say, that Jerusalem is a city which unites people. And in particular, we've tried to do that in the Jewish community and the non-Jewish community, the Christian community. We've brought people together from all faiths. We've got Christian members of our group, we've got Jewish members of our group who've come together, unified, and I think it's a great South African message, and it's a great message of Jerusalem. It's a place of unity, it's a place where all world faiths spring from, and we've come together to this amazing place. It's such a vibe, it's unbelievable. I was here last year, I just felt I had to be a bigger group, and we've worked together so well, my organisation and partners, to really make it happen, and it's amazing.
For me, this has just been the most incredible experience, doing something with two other organizations and bringing so many South Africans to Israel. It's something very unique. I think everyone's just very special and unique in their own ways, and a lot of people are taking on challenges for the first time, so that's very exciting. And for me, it's about seeing the growth. I meet these people 8 or 9 months before, and we get to the expo and everyone's ready and excited, and it's a very rewarding, great feeling.
And one of the things that I had in mind, in particular for this tour, is so that whenever you take a step and you feel that it's your last and you feel you cannot make any more, you realize what you're running through. You are having a privilege that our people did not have for 2,500 years. To think that there would be a Nasi again in Israel, okay? 100 years ago, people would never have believed you, okay? When Theodor Herzl wrote in 1897 in his diary, "Today I have founded the Jewish state," everyone laughed at him. And he writes there, who knows if in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, my words will come true. And literally 51 years to the date that he wrote those words, all of this came into being, not in its final and finished form. But that's what you're running through. You run past that, you have the word in your head, Nasi. Right? And it doesn't really make a difference if you agree with the person's views who occupies that seat, because the person is irrelevant. Shimon Peres is not relevant. Who is relevant is the position of Nasi. The fact that we have such a thing is mind-blowing. There's 3 organizations that are partnered together. There's Ort SA, the SA Zionist Federation, and I represent Mizrahi South Africa. And we came together, created this Unity Challenge to really bring together all the different parts of the Jewish community with the Christian community. And thank God we've got a lot of people from all walks of life, all faiths, joining together.
I'm running this marathon because this place means a lot to me. And it means it's my birthplace. It's the birthplace of the Jewish nation, and this is my first marathon, by the way, and I made sure that my first marathon would be in a very special place, and this happens to be it.
Where we're heading now towards is the start point. We'll walk up from the start, from Gan Sachel, that's where the entrance is, and you walk up there to the Knesset. The Knesset is Israel's seat of government, it's the parliament. The reason it's called Knesset is Knesset means gathering. Okay, this is a point of gathering. A Beit Knesset, a shul, is called a Beit Knesset because it's a point of community gathering, it's a point of communal focus. And here, when they sought to find a name for Israel's resurgent autonomic body, the thing that led Israel's independence, they called it the Knesset. Because the last time we had a Knesset was also 2,500 years ago. It was called Anshei Knesset HaGedolah, the men of the Great Assembly. That was the final vestige of leadership we had in this land before the Romans disbanded anything we had. And when you are running through here, and you will see it, I want you to look out for the Roman columns. I want you to look out for the vestiges of Roman architecture, because they are gone. They are gone. And we're going to start opposite the Knesset and the Israel Museum. And the Israel Museum has all of those wonderful artifacts. It's got Dead Sea Scrolls, it's got Roman columns, and you know what? They're all gone. They're all gone. And you are still here. We are still here. And we have a new Knesset. And that's where we're going to start.
Assisted by South African marathon legend Bruce Fordyce, a team of South African runners, many of them novices, started training 8 months before the Jerusalem Marathon. Upon arrival in Israel, the group visited various historical sites that would mark the route of their run. The route is no easy feat, as the city's hilly terrain requires perseverance, stamina, and unity among runners when the going gets tough.
Last year, 2013, I did the 10K. Ramon and I did the race together. He did the marathon and I did the 10K. And I was coming back with a group to do the 10K again. And we had an intro evening with Bruce and a whole lot of people. And I walked in doing the 10K and I walked out doing the 21. And I think it's a goal that I'm quite excited about. It's a challenge, and I just feel now going through this whole program that we've been through, you know, going through all the different sites and the different parts of the race, I'm very excited to just be part of this journey, and I'm excited to do the 21 and please God finish with the whole group of enthusiastic, amazing runners who've joined together to do this unity challenge, especially our group, Ort, Mizrahi, SAZF. It's just unbelievable that people have come together to really, you know, raise money for a cause, run in the streets of Yerushalayim, just be part of this unbelievable experience, and please God, everyone should just have lots and lots of luck.
I was invited by a whole lot of great friends about 6 months ago, so I decided I'd love to run it, and I've run quite a few different city marathons around the world, and nice to add Jerusalem to the collection.
A very emotional run, I think it will be. I'm expecting to be pretty hard and pretty hilly, but we'll do it.
I'm anticipating a long and bitter struggle, because I have a slight foot injury and it's a very hilly course, but I'm going to try and enjoy it as much as possible.
Jerusalem Marathon is very challenging. It's one of the most challenging in the world. It's beautiful. It's not a place to break the record. It's a place to come to watch around in the history, in the scenery. It's so beautiful. This year we're going to have almost 2,000 people running the full marathon. It's almost double figures than last year. So we expect to increase. And of course, we expect to increase the numbers of South Africans coming to Israel. It's very easy to travel. People can travel here 7 days, 8 days, from north to south, including 4 or 5 days in Jerusalem. So it's amazing trip for South African.
I think people take on these kind of challenges because they want to push themselves out of their boundaries. And I think a lot of the people here that came with us are doing that. They're pushing themselves out of their normal boundaries, their physical boundaries. And I think a lot of them are going to have quite a spiritual experience while they're doing that, which I think is going to be fantastic.
This is my first marathon, my first 21 Ks. I haven't run 21 Ks before. So to be in a place where I find Jerusalem, for me, obviously, and for most Jews, it's the holiest city. So to be in a place where I'm taking on the biggest physical challenge of my life, and to be in that, and to have the spirituality that will surround me and carry me forward and through this, is something that I've been dreaming of. So I think for me spiritually is that I can connect that physical endurance with my spirituality and my belief in Hashem, and you know, why I live a committed Jewish life.
3 months ago I decided to come to Israel and to run the Jerusalem Marathon. I haven't been to Israel before. The week that I decided to come, I called my brother in London and said, "No, don't you want to join me on a little jog through history?" And without hesitation, he said yes. Only later on, he found out that I was setting him up to run a full marathon, which neither of us have done before.
It's a special place, and for us to meet and unify here and do something together, showing like brotherly camaraderie, it's a very special thing. And to do it in our eternal capital is just it's amazing.
It certainly is my first time to Israel, not my first marathon. And I was asked by a work colleague to say, go and run a marathon in Jerusalem. And I thought to myself, well, there's nothing really that attracts me to it. Why would I want to go there? You know, I've been on the Great Wall of China, I've been down to Antarctica, and they said, but this is going to be the most blessed marathon. And that has really been brought home to me in the past few days, how deeply significant the area is. And I really, from a religious point of view, it's kind of opened my eyes to what has gone on here, and to be part of this over the last 2,000 years. I really feel very blessed to be able to do what I've done, the marathon-wise, but particularly to be here today to participate in this marathon.
My very first trip to Jerusalem, I was very overweight. I could not walk from one block without stopping and having a breath in a little seat. I got involved with Orten Mizrahi, and I was doing a bit of work with them from my job. I went on this health kick, started losing some weight, promised myself that my next visit to Jerusalem I was going to be able to enjoy it. I did come back about 6 months ago, and I did enjoy it, and I promised myself the next step was going to be to run it. So it's really been a journey into spiritualism, religion and health.
I think it's the most exhilarating, beautiful land. This is the eternal homeland, the land of milk and honey. There's so many adjectives I have to describe this this country, but it's very emotional. I have been completely humbled. I was very loud and when I arrived, but just moving through the history, I've been I don't know, I just feel quite emotional, as you can tell.
Happy to be
here. Yeah, very happy to be here. Yeah.
Now my anxiety is gone because now we're here, and I am pumped.
A group of people that help each other after they wounded in combat, in war, and it helped us to I don't know. It helped us to be together, to help each other. Everybody have some kind of it's not problem, but together as a group we're running for this team, and it's good. It's good for us.
To finish, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's both our first marathons, so hopefully we'll finish. Please God, we'll be strong at the end,
and we can still walk at the end. That's
and have a l'chaim at the end.
It took King David his whole life to get here. And it's a place that he used to unify the nation of Israel. And when you're here and you look at all the colors, just film the colors, black, white, green, Jews, it's what he dreamed it would be. It's a place that brings people together. And YFOOT's more than comrades for me. It's deeper than that. It spans thousands of years. It brings people together from every corner of the earth and everywhere the Jews have come back from. They're gathering here. It's just amazing.
The 4th Jerusalem Marathon was held on the 21st of March 2014, where more than 25,000 people from over 54 countries donned their track shoes and braced themselves to run in the marathon. With a choice of 4 different routes and distances, the city became a traffic-free zone and a blaze of colorful runners, all with one goal, and that was to make it to the finish line.
Jerusalem is a big city. It's built by neighborhoods, and it's not easy. It's a complicated. Of course, we need the cooperation of the citizens in each neighborhood. There are some parts that the students are free, the children free for school. And of course, the sport department, who are actually the sport department in the municipality that organize this production, they concentrate most of the year. They have department that concentrate in that marathon on daily basis. They do all the ideas. We bring it to the table and we make a brainstorm how we can improve. And that's the reason we're also traveling in expos around the world to see and to learn. We are young, just 4th edition, and in each year we just improve. That's our goal, to improve in each year in our organization.
Jeez, I'm psyched, I'm here, I'm ready. It's a moment in my life. I'm grateful to be here, everyone around me. Such a special moment. May Hashem carry my legs.
This is my inspiration to run the run.
This is my nephew, and he's running with me. Tell them.
I wasn't going to run until around a month ago. I heard my auntie's running, and I just said I want to be there with her. I want to push her through. I want to help her. So I decided I'm going to run, and please God, it should be good.
Just a great vibe, great energy. It's great to be in Jerusalem. I've done it once before. This is my 2nd time, and looking forward to every moment of it.
Unbelievable to be here. It's really very, very special. My first Jerusalem half marathon. Please God, not my last. It's been absolutely amazing. Just to be here is an absolute bracha.
Very exciting. Firing.
Look at these thousands of people here. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Tired. So hard. No, it's good. Just so many hills. It's tough. Thank you.
Best time I ever got. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, thank God for Yerushalayim, thank God for the state of Israel. What a blessing.
Yeah, it's tough. I did it last year and it was much rougher. I was a bit sick, but at least it's done. It's a job. It's just like going to be here. So, cool guys, we'll see you later.
That was unbelievable. My leg, my killing. But it was so wonderful.
Very emotional. It was unbelievable. It's emotional. It's just an unbelievable experience. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. There was an Israeli guy that put his arm around me at one stage and said, "Come, my friend, pull me in." What a place. As I said, I'm blessed to be here. Thank you very much.
All the way, you did it. Oh, yeah, you did it. Yes, you did it.
Wow.
All the way. Give me a couple of shits.
Tough, eh? But unbelievable. Unbelievable. Running through the old city for sure. Actually, I'll take that back. This is the best part.
Welcome to Jerusalem. How are you?
Fine. How was your marathon?
Fabulous, fabulous. My wife actually is running the 10K in 5 minutes, and she's an ex-South African.
Okay, so what do you have to say to the South Africans about coming next year?
Well, you're most welcome to come and enjoy one of the most spiritual, challenging, beautiful marathons in the world. Naturally, we see huge growth in the number of people coming to our marathon, and it's a very special marathon. You have to do at least once in your lifetime. At least once in your lifetime. Interestingly enough, the people that came the first time usually come back because it's so special and unique. So welcome to Jerusalem, and I'll see you next year.
Americans, we have about 650 people. We have a big group from Italy, almost one group, 220 people. From Germany, we have 180 people. And France, Brazil, we didn't expect to have 130 people. And of course, this year, as I mentioned, the South African first year that we see more than 100 runners. So hopefully we'll have next year maybe 200 runners.
It's an unbelievable experience for everyone to be part of. 20 of us came, or 30 of us came last year to run, and 70 of us have come back this year to run. So I think it's just, please God, next year we'll have even more, and a whole group of South Africans running in Israel. What more could you wish for?
Wow, that was truly an inspirational journey. Maybe next year we should all consider entering the 5th Jerusalem Marathon. Unfortunately though, that's all we have time for this week's episode of Simcha. Thank you so much for joining us. We love hearing from you, so if you'd like to be in touch, please find us on Facebook at Spirit Sister Productions and drop us a line. From myself, Eitan Berger, and the whole team here at Simcha, have a great week and goodbye.